Welcome to Saturday's SativaCross.com podcast. Woo! Coalition for Medical Marijuana. Is that you? You saying herb?
I'm just
Herb. I like that, Jay. That's good. Herb. Spontaneous stoner shit is the best.
I thought that's what they were saying.
Jim Miller, you rock, bro. You're the best. I'm so happy to be here on a Saturday. This is a first for me. Well, not a first for me, but it's definitely a different experience. David, how are you, buddy?
Super Dave in the house.
Super Dave, Super Dog. So there's a lot of people here ready to smoke some weed.
It's not Thursday. We've been here 29 Thursdays in a row. You throw in a Saturday, and I'm all out of sorts. Weren't we just here 2 days ago?
Yeah, we were just here, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't mind.
I don't mind.
Today is going to be the party.
Yeah, they're, making up signs at the
Yes.
Weed Man's joint?
Yes, they are. And the state troopers talked to you before. They straightened your ass out.
Yeah, it's got to be...
Your ass looks pretty straight now, so I guess they straightened your ass out.
It's got to be pretty tight.
Whoa.
The rules, okay.
Cannabis.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
I
Ray.
had to sign for the permit due to I was the only one here to sign for it, so I did. And very clear, absolutely no smoking of anything on the white bricks of the War Memorial across the street of anything, cigarettes especially. So somehow I'm got to tell people no cigarettes, white bricks, hang out, but don't smoke nothing there. And that they understand there's going to be a lot of patients here today, and they understand that they're going to be consuming their medicine on Trenton property right across the street. But they also said that there are extra duty on hand to check for Kuma cards if they see people smoking. Now, I don't expect that they're going to come out specifically and start rounding.
Jesus.
It's just too much involved. But it's you need to know that there's potential ramifications. That looks like Roger. So I'll just sit here. I don't get to get up and say hi to people. I gotta sit here. I got a microphone. I'll say hi to anybody I want. Hey, Roger, what's up, man? What's going on? See, I say hi. I don't have to get up. Yes, I see Roger and Laura Barber and their daughter Jenny showed up here. We have a sign back here that reads A4587 on your New Jersey desk for 117 days. Your delay game is harming special needs pediatric medical marijuana patients. Man up and sign or veto A4587 now. A4587 is a legislative bill that took 7 days to get to the governor's desk. That's a record time. I've never heard of anything quicker. And it reached his desk on June 29th. It is a bill designed at rectifying a loose end in the bill where if you're a pediatric medical marijuana patient, even in a special needs school, you may not be allowed to take your medicine on school property. Now, for children that need a lunchtime dose, this means they have to leave the property. And one thing that really ticks me off is when people say, well, why don't you just go where you have to go across the street? No. They should be able to go to the nurse's office where their child or anybody that's a patient can take, in most cases, oil. But because of fear of conflicts right now, they are not able to do that. Jenny Barber also is autistic. And Oh, she's beautiful. And as such, it's not a good idea to break routine, which is what would be done if they simply said, well, we'll go across the street and give her medicine and come back. This is something that would be way, way counterproductive. So the Barbers are now in a position where it's a choice between education and health for their daughter. So you have to choose health, right? Because, I mean, you need to be healthy to get an education. So right now, Laura has to pick up Jenny at school each day at lunchtime and take her home where she can have her medicine, shortening her education by half. Now, how important was this for the legislature to rush a bill through in 7 days to the governor's desk that would rectify the entire problem, making all future court work not as necessary? This is also going through the system. Roger, Jenny's father, is a lawyer and doing everything he can on that front. There's nothing really left. But our governor, for 117 days, has let this bill sit on his desk. He will not veto it. If anybody tells you it's under review, they're lying. That's politically correct in a case where it's stone cold fact. They're lying. It's not under review. It's sitting there gathering dust because without the assembly in session from June 29th all the way through the election, if the governor does not sign the bill and he does not veto it, it will fall off the calendar at the end of the session and not become law. So the governor's taking the coward's way out with A 4587 and figuring it's going to be a pocket veto. And
people are yelling. What are people yelling?
Wuss.
Wuss?
Yeah,
is that what I hear? You wuss?
Well, it's accurate.
Wow.
You're going to hear no argument from me.
Wow.
That's why the sign, and it's his terms, man up, veto, or pass this bill. See, if he vetoed it, they could have tried for an override. Now, we've all heard about, he's never been overridden on a veto before. 52 tries out of 400 and some vetoes that he brags about. So why does he go on national TV bragging to 30 million people, I vetoed over 400 bills since I was first elected? Why not make it 401 or whatever this would be? He's vetoed bills that he knew he controlled enough Republicans that they could be virtually beaten back every time because there's a cycle of fear in the Republican Party if you go against the governor. It doesn't go well for you after that. But to use a child who needs help on multiple fronts and to take that away because it's politically expedient defines, to me, the worst of humanity that there is. And that would be all on the governor at this point. What would happen if he signed the bill? What would happen wrong with him? New Jersey? Would people start flying into airports and everybody getting pot? What would happen if he signed this bill?
Exactly.
What would happen is not just Jenny, but other children have this problem. Hold on. Roger Barber.
Roger.
Good to meet you.
How are you, man?
How you doing? Yeah, we're going to mic you up in a second. Yeah, I'm getting all kind of ticked off. I mean, it meant one thing to me, and I just look over and see Jenny, and I want to, smack something, She is beautiful. She is very. Oh, we're not done yet. We're going to make this happen somehow, some way. And Roger, we're kicking asses and taking names and kicking asses too. Yeah. Anybody that didn't step up, anybody that doesn't step up, they're going to wish they had. They are going to wish they had. Yeah, I got to remind people, especially, there's a lot of children who use cannabis for medicine. And since when don't we go the extra mile for children? Lefty, when? Isn't it, what about kids? What about the children? Well, we'd like to have medical marijuana. What about kids? What about the children? What about, we can't talk off mic, man. You guys, can't do that. I can't let that.
Don't let that happen.
Yeah, we got rules. Well, we don't got many rules. We got a couple.
No, we got a couple.
But anyway, when don't we step up for children? It's like, they're crapping all over children and veterans by not dealing with the post-traumatic stress bill. The people that we are supposed to, one, thank, and two, get off the damn battlefield here as quick as possible. And for political expediency to not sign a bill because it'll, in effect, be not become law if you don't sign it.
You know that cavemen took better care of their children than we do?
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I really don't. They had instincts back then, the same as parents have now. But when you take away all hope, they're going through the gauntlet trying to do this through the court system, and it hasn't been working so far, but it's not done yet. But the governor holds the fate of their entire family in the palm of his hand. Put a pen in it, sign however many, was he Christopher Chris Christie? I believe his middle name's Chris too. He had one sick father, didn't he? Who named her kid Christopher Chris Christie? And look how it turned out.
It all canceled itself out. So Christ and Christ cancels itself out. So he's the Antichrist. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah.
It works for me, especially now that I can see Jenny here. I mean, in front of the State House.
Amazing.
You know, and you know, if it was a weekday, it wouldn't matter. Governor isn't here anymore anyway. It's why I have a sign that says the next time you're in New Jersey, join our podcast. He says he's a tough-talking guy from Jersey, gives as good as he gets. He is totally cowardly in this case. Governor, if you should ever hear or see this, you are defining what a coward is. You will not talk to this family. You will not deal with the bill that's been on your desk for 117 days. And if anybody from your office tells me it's under review, I will be down looking for records of some sort of review so quick it'll make something happen fast. I don't even know what, but it'll be quick. Heads will spin.
I just don't get how you make these parents' lives harder. I mean, we should be doing everything we can to help these parents and these children, and yet we give them hoops to jump through, we give them more problems, monetary things. It's ridiculous. It's just sad. The things that we've seen in the past few years, the things that you've seen with your wife Cheryl, it was just shocking what's been going on in New Jersey. Shocking. I myself suffer from a spine full of titanium. I was on opiates for 10 years. I took OxyContin, Roxicodone, Neurontin, Valium. My Roxicodone prescription was 90 milligrams every 3 hours. So if you know about Roxicodone, that's a ridiculous amount of Roxicodone. I was getting 1,500 pills a month from workers' comp, 1,500 blues. That's sick, man. So I got off that shit. And it took me 4 times. I wasn't abusing them, but it was very hard to get off it. I had to titrate down to 50, to 60, and to 30, and to 15. And I finally got off those opiates by using cannabis. I bought like an ounce of sour diesel one weekend, and I just smoked the crap out of it. And it just kept smoking. Every time I wake up, I'd smoke more until I go to sleep. What I should have done, and I'm going to make a video about this, is had some edibles. I didn't have edibles at the time, and I think edibles would have helped me a lot. And just other forms, maybe some tincture, maybe some more dabs. I didn't have dabs at the time. Dabbing would probably have helped my withdrawals, I'm sure. So ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. That's for sure. Stephen, how are you, buddy? Stephen, can you hear me? I want to talk to you, Stephen. Get on the mic, bro. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to both of you guys.
How we doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, man. So happy to see you. What are you smoking there, man? Okay, we got marching orders from the state police. Did you hear about our marching orders?
Oh, when the Saints come marching
Something like that.
When the cops come marching in.
We are relegated to the red bricks, or the darker bricks. The white bricks are off limits to us this year. But you know what? You know what's going to happen? There's just going to be so many friggin' people here. It's just going to happen. I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, the worst they can do is a $200 ticket for smoking in a non-smoking area. But that's debatable, because if I'm not mistaken...
I can't hear you off microphone, Ken. You know the rules. You know the rules.
Yeah, no,
and if I can give you a mic, Ken, I would.
He pulled me over.
Oh, now we lost our guest. Hey, come on, man. Come on, you're killing me. Killing me. Well, Ken, can I get you on the podcast, or are you going to sit over there by yourself? You can join me, too, you know. You're a smart guy. I like having smart people around me at all times. I need smart guys like Ken. Ken is the reason why we can smoke weed across the street. I'm serious. We can smoke cannabis because of Ken Wolski. Right, Ken?
That's not entirely true.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Ken.
No, there's a whole coalition. We're a coalition of medical marijuana, and there are very many activists throughout the state who have been working hard to make marijuana safe and legally available to patients who can benefit from it. because marijuana is medicine, Lefty. I mean, there's no two ways about it. The federal government is completely wrong when they consider marijuana a Schedule I drug with no accepted medical uses in the United States. The only reason it doesn't have accepted medical uses in the United States is because the federal government forbids the large-scale clinical trials from taking place using medical marijuana. There already have been small-scale clinical trials. The gold standard research has been done on medical marijuana in small-scale clinical trials. Dr. Don Abrams from the University of California, San Francisco has done some studies that were double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials. And they have shown that marijuana is safe and effective for a number of conditions. Now, in the real world, when these small-scale clinical trials are done, large-scale clinical trials would be done. But unfortunately, the federal government's been blocking those trials, and so the federal government can continue to say that there are no accepted medical uses for marijuana in the United States. And it's only true if you live in the Alice in Wonderland world of the federal government, Lefty.
Don't they have a patent on cannabis, though?
Actually, yes, they do. The federal government has a patent on the antioxidative and the neuroprotective aspects of the various cannabinoids in the marijuana plant. So, you know, for them to have this patent on two very important therapeutic uses for marijuana and to go around and say that there are no accepted medical uses for marijuana is the ultimate hypocrisy. So thanks for pointing that out, Lefty. That's absolutely true.
I like pointing out hypocrisy because there sure is a lot of it.
So we have some information here at the table today. We have our hemp bracelets are on sale today, Lefty. They're $1 a piece. Usually $3, 2 for $5. They're now $1 a piece. And we have assorted hemp bracelets. They were 100% hemp, all hand rolled in Romania. And we also have a great number of these that were donated to us. So we're also selling them wholesale. I just made a wholesale sale out to Pennsylvanians for safe access. There's some people out in mid Pennsylvania, anyway, out by Harrisburg. They just bought 50 of these to sell to raise money for their organization. You know, I'm also a registered nurse in Pennsylvania, so I've been working with the Pennsylvania State Nurses Association to try to get medical marijuana passed in Pennsylvania as well as we have in New Jersey. So we also have some information. People can sign up here for monthly updates from the Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey on what's going on. Here we have some information on the Fully Informed Jury from the Fully Informed Jury Association. Free brochures, talks about the jurors' rights. The jury can say not guilty in marijuana cases. Regardless of what the judge instructs you, the judge cannot question your motivation for voting not guilty. So we have some free information here from the Fully Informed Jury Association, and anyone is welcome to take this. We do have a case in Toms River right now where John Petito is facing 31 and a half years in prison for growing a few marijuana plants. And it's just an outrage, Lefty, that this is going on, and we want to educate the public about the rights of jurors in these situations.
When's this court date?
Well, right now the jury selection is scheduled as of today to begin on Tuesday and Wednesday. They have extended the jury selection to 2 days. It was just going to be 1 day, Wayne, but on the Wednesday he had a pretrial hearing, and the Wednesday was the day that my op-ed was published in the Asbury Park Press that this jail term is excessive and unwarranted. And so anyway, now they're going to extend it to jury selection to 2 days. And as of today, the trial itself is supposed to start Thursday in Toms River, Hooper Avenue Courthouse, Superior Court in Toms River. So we're looking for people to come out and support John during this trial also.
We'll be there.
So Tuesday, Wednesday is the jury selection.
Yes, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Thursday it should start.
And Thursday it should start. Yes.
Sweet.
So and John
So we
is
need to get
John's
people
really
down there.
John does have a videotaped confession, which when I saw it, they played it in court, and it's very damning. To why, when police give you the right to remain silent, you do not exercise that right. I don't know, because it really is very, very damning evidence that he gives on himself.
Here, let's do it. Let's do a police interaction. Here, I'll be the cop. No, you be the cop. You be the cop. Go bust my balls. Bust my balls.
So what do you have in your pockets there, sir?
I don't answer questions.
Why don't you answer questions?
Am I free to go?
What's in your pockets?
Am I being detained?
Can I see what's in your pockets?
I don't answer questions.
What's your name?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to go?
What's your name?
I don't answer questions. Am I free to go?
Can I see what's in your pockets?
Am I being detained? Am I free to go?
Go ahead.
I don't answer questions. There you go. That's how you interact with the police. That's how you do it.
You don't answer
That's
questions.
It. That's it. That's it. Don't answer anything. You're hurting yourself if you
And
answer
if they
questions.
say, if you ask, am I being detained, and they don't answer you, you just go about your merry way.
There you go.
Well, of course, in a car, you're required to show identification. Give them your license. Make sure to ensure you're a licensed driver. So,
As a driver.
if you're in a vehicle and stopped by police, you do have to give them show them that you're legally able to
put
drive
it on
a car.
like a plastic.
But you do not have to submit to a search. And if he asks if you can search the vehicle, you do not have to allow that.
They don't end up getting the dogs anyway. But hey, never give yourself up.
Yeah, true. Sometimes they do
Let
just
them
bring
do
in the
it.
dogs.
Yeah, they're not there to
Let
help
them
you.
do something because they always do something illegal.
Clancy.
That's how you end up getting off.
Clancy's going to say, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Don't listen to them. They're
No,
not
they
going to
don't
help
wanna
you. They don't want to help you. Trust me.
No, it's going to hurt you. And John really is facing 31 and a half years in prison for growing 17 marijuana plants, and it's very damning evidence. And
I don't think it's that damning
his only
if you
real
think
hope.
about it.
Pardon?
I don't think it's that damning.
You don't think so?
If he's going to
see the
plead
tape?
jury nullification,
Well, you see, the judges do not allow anyone in the courtroom to talk about jury nullification. So you just can't come up and say, you can't come and try to educate the jurors in the courtroom. It doesn't work that way, Wayne. Lawyers are forbidden to even mention jury nullification, and so are defendants.
so
for
we
the
got to
real
get
part.
out there Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday,
When
Wednesday.
they select the
yeah,
jury before they go in,
Yeah.
we got to let them know about jury nullification.
Well, we have plenty of brochures. Bring brochures with you, and let them know.
I'm down.
Though the Fully Informed Jury Association does not want to be associated with individual cases, so you can't really mention if you're passing out jury information, in front of the courthouse. You can't really mention John's trial.
And now they're marching from
The,
N.J. Weedman's
Informed
joint all the way to the State House.
I'm going to put a little music on while they
And here they come.
march.
the other things we're asking for a donation for.
Here they
we're asking
come.
for a donation for the booklet, though.
1, 2, 3,
Well,
4.
$5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Smoke in, up, down. Smoke in, up, down.
Who are you talking to?
Inhale, exhale, inhale,
All right.
exhale. I can't hear you.
1,
You're
2,
off mic.
3, 4.
The marchers are coming.
I hear you. I heard that. I'm just putting whatever I got on, man. Sorry.
One,
Here come a
2,
bunch of
3,
stoners.
4. What are we marching for? 5, 6, 7, 8.
I can't hear you. You just look like a crazy person off the mic right now. You look like a nut. Just waving and pointing at me. You look crazy. I don't know what you're saying. I can't
Hello,
hear you.
here's a mic. You know how to do this by now.
Do you want me to film the parade?
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Walk through the middle. Walk through the middle of that crowd. Hold on.
Wow, I see signs. I see people.
Woo! Look at these
I
stoners,
see
man.
big banners. The East Coast Cannabis Coalition.
Yes. Yes.
I see CMMNJ.org
Yes.
banners.
Woo! Yeah.
I see Say No to Christie banners. I see people smoking marijuana in the streets.
Yeah.
Ah, this is
Woo!
beautiful. I see the weed
Smoke it.
man's over
Smoke
there.
Smoke it.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke it. Smoke it.
Where
Smoke
are
it.
my people?
Smoke it. Smoke it.
Let my people grow. There's Anonymous. There's a lot of Anonymous out there.
Look at all these stoners.
This is beautiful.
Woo!
I love all the signs. Say no to Christie. Yes, we cannabis. Parents for cannabis. East Coast Cannabis Coalition. That's a tongue twister, folks. And then the effing smoking anyways. Here they all come.
Yeah, baby.
All gathering on the State House. Wow, this is amazing. I see Pittsburgh Normal is here. I see Delaware Normal. New Jersey Normal. This is beautiful. Philly Normal in the house too, my bad. They're all here. Crazy pot smoking people. We love you. Don't forget about the POWs. The pot prisoners. Ah!
Yeah, boy. Boys and girls, it's a party now.
What's up?
I think it's a party now. Yeah. We got veterans, we got patients, we got parents, we got a bunch of sick people
What's
here.
up, Big Dave?
We got a bunch
How
of
you doing, brother?
medical marijuana patients here. We have a bunch of social patients here.
Modern communication.
Why don't we give her a microphone?
You email,
All right.
you text.
Do we have
Give her that microphone.
this one right here?
Give her that mic.
How do you turn it on? Bam. Microphone.
All right,
check.
that mic is coming for you.
What's up, Christian? How you doing?
SativaCross.com, CMMNJ.org.
What's up? What's up?
Vanessa Maria
you doing?
in the house.
Yo, put it up. Put that microphone up.
Go ahead, give it a shot.
Talk.
Should be on.
Hello.
Here you go.
All right, welcome everybody to the New Jersey Cannabis Freedom Rally.
Yeah!
If y'all do us a favor, turn around because we're gonna have speakers gathered right here at the steps. So if y'all just wanna turn around and gather so that you can see what's going on behind you. Everyone, we're gonna do the hokey pokey and to turn ourselves around.
What's up, bro? I really didn't, man. Are we gonna be here or are we gonna go across this?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Screw it.
What do you want to do, buddy?
We're right here. We got the best seats in the house.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're just going to watch all you stoners get stoned.
Yeah.
This is fun. This is so much fun.
What's up, brother?
Creating awareness and creating smoke at the same time.
Beautiful thing.
Where's Vanessa?
Vanessa, where'd you go, babe?
Where'd you go with
I'm
the
right
mic?
here with the New Jersey Weed Man.
Oh, okay. And
Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for traveling all the way to Trenton, New Jersey, united under one cause, cannabis legalization. And it's so nice to see such diversity, so give yourselves a hand. Thanks for coming out. My name's Vanessa Maria, and I am the founder and coordinator of the East Coast Cannabis Coalition, which is all of you and all the people East Coast who are working to change our racist, unjust drug laws. So today we're going to have a bunch of speakers. We're going to have a really awesome rally, and we hope to give you a 1-hour power-packed education and motivation on cannabis. Our first speaker is a dear friend of mine, and I met him at Smoketown Prohibition in Philadelphia a couple years ago, and we've been working together ever since. He is the OG of organizing. This dude is one radical mofo, and he's written lots of books. He writes a column for the Trentonian, the one, the only, the New Jersey Weed Man.
give it up. Give it up. NJ Weedman in the house.
All right, it's on?
It's on, baby.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for showing up. I see a few people that have come a long way too. I think I saw Pittsburgh Normal here. Where's Pittsburgh at? Pittsburgh right here. Who's from out of state here? Who else is from out of state? Where you guys? Pennsylvania. I see some Steelers fans too.
Huh?
Hey, so informally, thank you for supporting New Jersey. And then, for all you New Jersey people, I need you to say something. I need you to say it directly to Chris Christie. Here we go. Fuck the law. We smoking it anyway.
We
Anyway.
All right, done with that. Sorry, the cameras. All right, here we go. Listen, it's great for me to come out here now and be able to see, 100 or so people here. There used to be times I used to come out by myself or 3 or 4 people, and I felt like a fool. I felt like a zero. But now I look out and see a couple hundred people here. I feel like a hero. All right. Now, there's a lot going on here in New Jersey, but Chris Christie is the one that's blocking it all. We actually have a few Democrats and a few Republicans who are down on legalization or who are down on amending some of the laws, but they can't do anything because Chris Christie has promised to veto anything presented. Now, I have an opinion on that. I think the Democrats and Republicans should still do it anyway and put him on the national spotlight for vetoing it. But I don't know. They're a little too passive for me. And, I've been called a radical and a loose cannon and this, that, and the other in the past. But I think I'm normal, man. I don't know about you guys. You guys smoke weed. You think you're normal? Do you think the law is wrong?
Damn straight.
I've always thought the law is wrong. And I tell you what, I always talk about jury nullification. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time talking about jury nullification, but trust me, if you get arrested and you end up on trial, your jury members also think the law is wrong. So if you present the case that the law is wrong, I do believe you'll get a few jurors who will feel the same way, and you will get a not guilty or a hung jury. I happened to get both in 2012. In May of 2012, I went on trial, and in May of 2012, I represented myself, and I argued that basically the law was wrong and not me. I admitted to everything. Yep, that pound of marijuana was mine. What do you think? I'm the weed man. What do you think? I'm going to get caught with a nickel bag? No, I got caught with a pound. All right? Now, and then a second trial, because I did get a hung jury in May of 2012, the prosecutor was dumb enough to retry me. And when he retried me, the only thing that surprised me about my October 2012 trial was I got 12-0. I thought I was going to get a couple jurors and it was going to be a hung juror. I thought maybe 6 or 7, but I got all 12 to say not guilty, and I was guilty as hell. I should be 3 years into a 10-year sentence, and because I've been to prison once for weed, who else has been to prison for weed, by the way? Or jail, or had handcuffs on, or had your kids taken? You know what I mean? Like, man, this is bullshit.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But, because I've been to prison once before, I would have been, if I had been found guilty, I would have got hit by the Brummage Act and the enhanced sentencing. I would have probably done at least 6 years. So we'll say that's 3 years. I feel like I'm 3 years free right now on borrowed time. I feel like I'm not wasting it. Lately, I've been doing a lot of things because, again, I feel like I'm on borrowed time. I should be sitting in a cage according to the laws. There's a lot of you people here. You smoke weed every day. The guy whose office is right, where's his office? Second floor up here? Chris Christie thinks you guys should all be in a cage. Have you heard Chris Christie talk about marijuana and talk about how it's a gateway drug? What do you say about that? Ooh. He's totally wrong. He calls it blood money when he's referring to Colorado and people who are paying taxes. He refers to that as blood money.
Blood money.
Now, myself, I think of taxation instead of incarceration. I did do 18 months in prison, Riverfront State Prison for marijuana in 2000. And trust me, I would have much rather had paid taxes on that marijuana than that 18 months, that I spent. I don't get that back. I totally missed a whole lot of crap in those 18 months. And I tell you what, man, I was there for weed. My first permanent cellie at Riverfront State Prison was a guy named James Baker, who was 17 years into a 35-year sentence for murder. And he was my cellie. And he was scary. And I'm not too scared of people, but he was a scary dude. And those first couple months, I kept my eye open at nighttime. Anyway, long story short, I don't think anybody should go to prison and be stuck with real criminals for marijuana, because we're not criminals, are we? None of us are criminals. We are citizens who happen to use marijuana. I call us the cannabis consuming community of America. We are the cannabis consuming community of America. That's why I opened this place down the street to, one, cater to the cannabis consuming community of America. I hope you people show up, make this to the joint. Make it a successful place, because it's going to be reflective to society also, other than, you know, at least being able to feed me. And then, hey, listen, the government ruined me. I've been broke for a couple years, so doing this, yes, it will feed me. But it also sent a big symbol out, a big statement out to the public that potheads are productive. I always felt like, wasn't for the government, I always would have been very successful. The governments came and ruined me a couple times. I lost my train of thought, but that's common for potheads. So I forget what this number 2 thing I was getting ready to say. But anyway, who is the number 2 speaker? I think I'm starting to go on and on and on here. Hey, and there's Ricardo back there. How you doing, Ricardo? Tuffy. Who's next? Okay, here we go. And I got to introduce you guys. For those who don't know, this is Kyle Moore. I call him Mr. Black Lives Matters. He puts on more Black Lives Matter than any black person I know. You know, but Kyle's been organizing things. I think everybody here should get to know Kyle. He's a great organizer. Between him and Vanessa, I think we need to give them both a round of applause, because they're the ones who put this together. I'm happy to be here, but he organized it.
Can we get one more round of applause for New Jersey Weed Man? So my name is Kyle Moore. I work with the East Coast Cannabis Coalition with Vanessa Maria and NJ Weedman. And I met Weedman over a year ago at the 420 rally he held for 2014. And that was the first time I met him. And I came up with the idea of holding multiple demonstrations within 1 year. So last year, I hosted my first demonstration on October 18th. So this demonstration today is very meaningful to me. It's the anniversary of my first rally. And every person that came out, this means so much to me. I probably know about half of you in the crowd, and I want to know the other half by the end of the day. But the half I do know, I didn't know any of you just a year ago. And today, you guys are my best friends, you're my family, and you're my brothers in this fight against the war on drugs. Yeah. And one amazing person I met just a year ago was Ricardo Rivera. And he's going to tell you his story in just a minute. And he agreed to speak last year with no problems. He came out fighting. He demonstrates every day. He goes to the city hall meetings demanding that his daughter can get the medicine she deserves. And I think we all deserve it. So if you guys could just join me in applauding for Ricardo Rivera, the hero of New Jersey and marijuana.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ricardo Rivera, and this is my beautiful angel warrior. Her name is Tatiana Tuffy Rivera. We've been very, involved in the movement now for about 2 years. My daughter was at one point having over 300 seizures daily, and we had no options. And the more I read into her diagnosis called Lennox-Gastaut syndrome, which is one of the most catastrophic forms of epilepsy that you can get. I read that, it was a big deal. It was a serious issue. I had no idea what it was, but we continued to educate ourselves and found that cannabis was the best option for her. She was having, like I said, over 300 seizures daily, but the medications that she was taking weren't doing anything for her. They were actually making her worse. She would have nonstop seizures all day, every day. She would average between 25 to 50 full tonic seizures, which are the ones that you fall to the ground. You have the, the convulsions. And it was hard watching my 10-month-old go through these seizures. And as I read more and more, I found that cannabis was the best option, but I was having issues with our government. Our government was saying we were not allowed to have access to cannabis, and if we did get access to it, it would cost us a lot of money. And I spent a lot of money and was, just getting taken for a fool to help my daughter. And, at the end of the day, my daughter's condition has an average lifespan of just 9 years. 9 years, guys, 9 years. My daughter's 8 years old now, and she's defying the odds. But, how can you deprive anybody of medication that could save her life and prolong her life, no matter what it is? If it was broccoli, it wouldn't be a big deal, right? But since it's cannabis, it's a big deal. And it's because it's going to cut into people's money. It's going to cut into whatever else people got going on. And I'm not going to stand for it. And I'm going to keep fighting no matter what happens in the future for my daughter and all these other children. Absolutely. I just want to touch on a couple things because my daughter has done a lot better, and I don't try to make it about my daughter anymore. As things, as we get further into this issue, things have to change. And concentrating on my daughter's condition is good for us, but we also have to look at other things too that's going on. Every 19 minutes, somebody's dying from a prescription drug overdose. Okay, since we've been speaking now for the past 20 minutes, someone has died. Okay, and that should not be happening, not in this country. I want to tell you a little bit about my sister that just recently passed away 2 months ago. She died from a prescription drug overdose. And I was giving her cannabis to help her with her withdrawal from the cannabis, from the prescription drugs. And I was giving it to her illegally, and I don't care, and I'll say it to anybody's face, because I was seeing my sister go through something that no one should be going through if it's supposed to be legal and helping her out. Well, it did help her with her withdrawal from the symptoms, but she needed treatment. And I think we have to start really giving people other options other than prescription drugs and alcohol to numb whatever it is that's going on in their lives. I really believe that. This is a big issue, and we talk about disease and how substance abuse is a disease, and it really is. And we need to give these people a different option. And this is the option, I really believe, because even though it was anecdotal, the study I was doing with my sister, it still worked for her. And I just wonder how many other people it could work for. We need to really look into these issues. There's a bunch of other conditions that it can help with. There's over 700 conditions that have been proven researched, including epilepsy, HIV, cancer, glaucoma, and all these other range of conditions out there that this can really help with. And we need to really, really start to stand up and unify and really put this out there, because if not, it's going to continue to happen. And I just want to touch on this. Something I heard, and I thought it was amazing. When we stand together, we always win. When men and women stand together for justice, we win. When all races and nationalities stand together for justice, we win. When all religions stand together for justice, we win. When medical marijuana patients and recreational users stand together for justice, we will win. And it's time for us, whether you're here recreationally or medicinally, to get together and start this revolution so we can all win together. Thank you, everybody. Check out Tuffy's fight. Appreciate it.
All right, let's give another hand for Ricardo Rivera and Tuffy. We have another set of parents here. We have Roger and Laura Barber, and they're here with their daughter, Jenny. Many of you have probably heard her story because they've been fighting in court right now for the ability to have Jenny get access to her medicine during school hours. And Tuffy too, it's not just for them, but for all the cannabis kids out there. And so prior to their court case, we were able, through our organizing and lobbying and movement building, to get the New Jersey legislature to pass a law that would allow these children access to medicine. But Chris Christie won't sign it. So the bill is currently sitting on his desk 114 days, 117 days with no action. So anyway, I'd like to introduce you Roger Barber. He's going to tell you his story and tell you why we need to advocate to get this bill signed and why we need better access to cannabis medicine for our cannabis children. Let's give him a warm hand.
All right. All right, Roger.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, oh man, this is unbelievable. I guess I have goose pimples just talking. I never met Ed in person.
I know.
I want to shake your hand, brother.
I've
Thank
been
you.
following you too.
I'm
And he's been putting up a good
man.
fight, y'all.
This guy's the guy, leader, warrior, and crusader. Another one, Ricardo. And all I can say about what Ricardo said is ditto. He's absolutely correct. The one thing that our court case is about at priority is not only do you need safe medicine and access to the medicine, but you also need the ability to use that medicine whenever you need it, wherever you need it. So any kind of limitations on that, it's a two-headed monster you're fighting here. You can have the medicine like you have in places where they make edibles, Colorado and all that, but you don't have the right to access to use it, and that's not good. Or you can have the right access to use it, but in New Jersey, you don't have the right medicine. My wife, Laura, is by default a pharmacist and a physician. She's got to make the medicine and prescribe it and administer it to our daughter. Really, I wanted to start off by thanking the New Jersey Medical Marijuana Coalition. These guys, Ken Walski, Lefty, Wayno, everybody, Jim, have been instrumental in Jenny's fight. It was actually launched with Laura and I's interview with Ken Walski, which was just tremendous. That got things rolling. And then also I wanted to thank Sue Livio with NJ.com and the Star Ledger. She broke Jenny's story kind of nationally on a Sunday edition. So I wanted to thank all those people. Jenny is, you know, she says MMJ all the way. Her story's similar to Tuffy's. You know, Jenny had epileptic or infantile spasms at 3 months. Her story started out, and they turned into full-blown tonic-clonic, which are grand mal seizures, dropped to the ground, twitching, jerking, not able to function, unconscious, defecating, losing continence, your bowels, everything like that. Horrible thing. We've been through every lawful pharmaceutical medicine that they have available. Nothing ever controlled a single seizure for Jenny. At 2.5 years, Jenny had brain surgery. They took a third of her right frontal lobe out. Again, was a complete failure. The next day when we came home from the hospital, she had a massive seizure. She's tried the ketogenic diet. We religiously had our whole family on this diet, which consists of 95% fat and then a couple other things you can mix in it. So a dinner would be 2 tablespoons of margarine with some mayonnaise, some macadamia nuts crushed in, and a little bit of lean ham. Jenny was forced to eat that basically like a dog for a year. Complete food aversion in an attempt to lawfully stop her seizures. Didn't work. My wife decides, you know what? We're going to try medical marijuana. It is legal in this state, right? So we try it. She becomes a pharmacist. My God, man. 8 straight days when Jenny first was on it in April. Actually, when she first went on the proper dose of 4 doses a day, she was 8 days seizure-free. First time ever in her life. Woo! That's right, Jenny. I mean, this kid has never gone a day and a half, 2 days without a seizure, and here she is, 8 days. So, Laura Barber, who's the plaintiff in our litigation, has a decision to make. Does she send Jenny back to school where they forbid her to have her medicine in the afternoon and she's likely going to have a seizure? She's going to have behavior problems. And guess what their answer is? They restrain her mechanically in what's called a Rifkin chair. That's ridiculous. It's made for OT and for proper posture to have a child sit up. It's not meant to lock a child up like an animal. So Laura's choice is, do I send her back, let her have seizures in the afternoon? No. Laura says, I'm going to keep her home in the afternoons. Laura picks her up every day at noon, drives Jenny home, gives her her medicine, and guess what? Jenny only has seizures every 5 days now. It's kind of like clockwork and really kind of weird, but every 5th day, she has a tonic-clonic seizure. But I'll tell you what, way better than every day. And I tell you, she is learning, she's growing, she's gone from one-word sentences, eat, bathroom, to I love mama, okay? Right? 16 years old, first time she says, I love mama. Laura and I cried, fell off our chairs crying in the computer room, right? Jenny comes walking in, I love mama. What? Where did that come from? It came from medical marijuana, man. Woo! That's right. So, you know, I didn't even follow my notes. You know, I just wanted to talk about Jenny and how she's doing. The people that have gotten us here, so happy to meet Ed for the first time in person and to pick up. We have an appeal going right now from the first decision where the court said that they can't make the nurse give Jenny the medicine under the current law. We disagree. We think that Judge Kennedy interpreted that law wrong. So what's happening is right now we're in the appellate division in New Jersey Superior Court appealing that decision, and we've just found out that the ACLU is going to file a brief in support of Jenny. So moving on, man. We got some support. It's people like Ricardo and Tuffy who've been fighting this battle a lot longer than us. We're new to the game, but we're here to stay, and we're going to be at some more of your rallies, and you people are wonderful. We appreciate you coming out, supporting this cause in general, supporting Jenny and Tuffy's causes in particular, and MMJ all the way. Thank you.
Let's give it up for the barbers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just one more thing I forgot to say, and it was on my last card, and I appreciate Jim Miller for reminding me. Governor Chris Christie, I'd like to speak directly to you just as a parent. Jenny needs her medicine. She needs it at school. When Judge Kennedy came out with his decision that was wrong, these people lobbied and got the legislature to immediately pass a bill, which was passed in near record time. I mean, 3 to 5 days, which included a weekend. Double reading in the Assembly, skip a reading in the Senate, and move it to the governor for signature. Now been there 117 days, sir, without your signature. So stop campaigning, stop talking out both sides of your face, come home, sign the bill.
That's right, Roger. You tell him. You tell him.
Thank you. If you go on the DEA website, it says that there is no medicinal value to marijuana. There's a whole book about it that they have on their website. It's like tons of pages where it says that people who are organizing for medical marijuana are using that as an excuse to get legal marijuana. What do you guys think of that? It's a lie. How can our country have over 20 states with medical marijuana programs? And the federal government has its own medical marijuana program, thank you very much. They still give out marijuana cigarettes to patients, but yet on the DEA's website, there's no medicinal value. So we need to work to change that. We need to deschedule cannabis and make sure that people have access to it. Our next speaker is a medical cannabis patient from New Jersey. I met him 2 years ago, I believe, at the Joys of Hemp conference in Piscataway, New Jersey. And he is going to tell you his story and how medical marijuana has helped him. Give a big hand for Patrick.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Patrick Gaughan. I'm a medical marijuana patient here in New Jersey. Just wanted to say, first of all, I'm humbled by the last two speakers. I do not have a debilitating condition. I, like many of you, smoke marijuana for many reasons. It enhances my mood, makes me a better person all around, I think, calms me down, makes me able to think better, able to more clearly organize my thoughts. And I'm a medical marijuana patient for back spasms. That's the condition that got me in. But there need to be so many more conditions because I know everybody here believes that, you know, smoking helps them. Smoking is a good thing. It's not going to, as the propaganda tells you, you know, make you turn into other drugs. In fact, I've met many other people that it's the gateway out for. You know, the drugs that are prescribed lead to heroin use, the Oxycontins. I know so many people from my hometown. I graduated with just 100 people in my graduating class, and 5, 6 out of that graduating class are now dead from heroin use that was all started by Oxycontin use. And these are the drugs that are legal in New Jersey. So as somebody that's been smoking marijuana since the age of 13, I decided it was important for me. I also have a 2-year-old daughter, not to break the law. That's the only law that I ever break. I'm a good person. And make sure that I became a medical marijuana patient. So I documented my back spasms, went to my doctor, and got my card. And it's a struggle, I must tell you. To pay for your medical marijuana card, had to pay the doctor $350, not covered by insurance. Then had to pay the state $200 to get my license. Then after that, I have to overpay at the dispensary. The new dispensary in Belmar, the prices are a little bit better, but it's still $120 a quarter, which for anybody who smokes, you know that's not exactly a great deal. It is great weed, though. I'll give them that. But still, it's really expensive to try to be legal in this state, just to try to not break the law. And like all of you, I'm a good person. That's the only law that I've ever really broken, you know? And so just to try to not break the law, I can barely afford anything else in my life. I can, you know, I have to raise my 2-year-old daughter. I can't really smoke like I would like to because the state doesn't really allow me to. So we need to be able to grow. Another reason, it's really tough to get access at the dispensaries. Woodbridge, any patients that went to Woodbridge can vouch for this. Last time I drove up there, all that they had was the CBD only weed, which I medicate for more than just pain. I need my THC as well. You know, I drove an hour and a half up to Woodbridge just to find that out. So that was awesome. Now Belmar is a lot closer for me, and so far they've had a lot of strains. They've been pretty well able to keep up with demand, but even in a program where it's so tough to be a patient, our dispensaries can't keep up with the demand that they have. So we need more dispensaries. We need to be able to grow on our own. We need more access to this weed. It needs to be cheaper. It's barely possible to be a patient in this state. Like, forget the qualifying conditions. Even with the qualifying conditions, just logistically, it's hard to keep up with. So that's about all I have to say. Thank you all for listening to me. Have a great one.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. It's so important to hear these stories. I hope you're paying attention and remembering them, because these are the stories that convince people who try to say that there's no medicinal value to marijuana and that we don't need to improve our program here. Did you guys know Asbury Park passed a resolution legalizing marijuana? Asbury Park, New Jersey, the first city in New Jersey to legalize marijuana. We really respect and admire the work that folks did in Asbury Park, and we want to take that model and apply it all over New Jersey, in every city and every town. Last month, Ricardo Rivera and I had the pleasure of going to the Camden County Freeholders, and we introduced a resolution for legal marijuana. And the New Jersey Weed Man went to Trenton City Council last month, and he introduced a resolution for legal marijuana. So we plan to introduce these resolutions all over the place. And Randy Thompson, our next speaker, is going to give you a little bit more information on how they did it. So give a warm welcome to Randy Thompson. He's from Help Not Handcuffs. Asbury Park represent, and he helped with this organizing.
Thanks a lot. There we go. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. Thank you, Vanessa and the East Coast Cannabis Coalition, and for all you guys for being pioneers in what you do and doing the hard work. We find ourselves at a real interesting point, you know. We have over 100 years of the suffering and harm that has been caused by things like cannabis prohibition, and still we haven't shifted our policies away from that. But you know what? puts us right in the place where we need to be at the right time. And, let me just tell you a little bit about Help Not Handcuffs, and I'll get right into how we met with success, which was small, which was ceremonial, but was significant in getting the movement and the conversation going forward. Help Not Handcuffs is the campaign to remove arrest and coercion from the treatment of people with substance use disorders. We're pro-recovery, but we recognize also that if you have failed drug criminalization laws out there, that harms us. People like myself who reached out for help when I needed help. When I had a severe substance use disorder, I couldn't get it. You know why? Because they're busy locking up people who don't have a substance use disorder, who didn't do any harm to person or property, wasting money to the tune of $100 million a year just on cannabis prohibition here in the state of New Jersey. So that's why we intersect with you, oddly enough. What's this guy doing at a marijuana legalization rally? Because it makes perfect sense. It does. They're not in contradiction of each other. They're in unison with each other. And so we started right in our home city of Asbury Park. We said, we think we should start with this piece. Marijuana, you practically can't overdose on it. It's right in line with our views. It helps people to not overdose with chronic pain. In states that actually have a robust medical marijuana program, they have 24% lower overdoses. So we started advocating there. And what we did is we just started walking our local officials, through their demographics, of the people who live in town. Say, hey, you have African Americans who live in town? Of course you do. And we've got a great report from the American Civil Liberties Union about how African Americans are arrested 3.7 times more than everybody else. So you put that in front of them. Then you talk about how migrants, they come here, whether they have legal protected resident status or not, if they get arrested for petty possession of marijuana, they could be deported. And to the tune of 40,000 migrants are deported each year out of the country. It's horrible. But 1 in 5 people in New Jersey are a migrant person. And then you start talking about adolescents, because elected officials love to say, we want to get drugs off the street. We don't want them doing anything. Well, you know what? When you keep it illegal, you're making it easier for kids to get their hands on it, even if it happens to have some therapeutic properties to it. 1 in 4 kids say they can get their hands on marijuana from the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse. So what are these criminalization policies doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're wasting our money. They're empowering gangs and cartels, and they're self-defeating. So when you have those conversations, as Vanessa's saying, asking you and encouraging you to go out to your municipalities, just walk them through the neighborhood and show them how not only does it hurt me, not only does it hurt you, this hurts every piece of the community that puts together. And when you do that, the thing you're going to like is that when we have the conversation, when you're talking, we're definitely winning. Because like we said, we've got 100 years of failed prohibition, 40 years since it's been intensified with the war on drugs. That harm, that pain, that suffering, that loss of life is on the books. So that's what we have in our corner, and it's time to have those intelligent conversations. And if you can get your ear of your elected officials, please take it personal responsibility to go to your municipality so that Asbury Park doesn't stand alone, so that there's a sense of inevitability that this is going to happen from the ground up. So that's what I have to offer you today. Thank you for having me. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you again, Vanessa.
Let's give it up for Randy. We're going to come visit you in Asbury Park. Make sure you go to his table if you want some more information about Help Not Handcuffs. He has some water there, too. I'd like to introduce our next 2 speakers. As you know, this is the East Coast Cannabis Coalition, and our strength is in numbers and in supporting one another and unifying. And these folks came all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Patrick and Teresa Nightingale from Pittsburgh Normal. And they're trying to legalize cannabis in Pennsylvania.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Thank you for welcoming us out. Good afternoon, New Jersey. How you doing today? As Vanessa said, my name is Patrick Nightingale, and this is my lovely wife, Teresa Nightingale. We come from Pittsburgh. We are Pittsburgh Normal and the Pittsburgh Normal Women's Alliance. The one thing that I wanted to talk about to follow up on some of the theme of today is a sense of community. Because if there's one thing that, when you look around, there's one thing that is bringing us all together today, and that is this sense of community around the legalization of cannabis. We have people of all different ages and backgrounds coming together on this lovely afternoon in October, all the way from Pittsburgh in our case, in order to build on this sense of community that we have stronger than ever. We are at the point now where we have an almost organic momentum going on here in New Jersey, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and across the country. And every time we get together like this, we have that sense that there are more and more people, politicians, patients, the young, the old, that are coming together with this sense that we can effectuate some real change.
Hi, everybody. Like my husband said, my name is Teresa Nightingale. I run the Pittsburgh Normal Women's Alliance and also Parents for Pot PA. I don't know what else to add. Everyone's been nailing it up here. I guess the only thing I really have to add is that we not only need these laws so that people have access to medicine, but we need these laws so that parents do not lose custody of their children for their own responsible adult use of cannabis and also for treating their children with cannabis. None of these parents deserve to lose their children. They're good parents. They care for their children. They're doing anything they can to make sure that their children are healthy. I think we would all do the same, and they shouldn't have to risk custody because of that. I myself almost lost custody of my daughter for my cannabis use only. I don't smoke cigarettes or drink or anything. I'm a cancer survivor, actually, myself. I was lucky enough. Yeah, woo. Yeah. F cancer, right? But I was very lucky because I quit cannabis cold turkey because it's just marijuana. You can do that. And I was lucky and I didn't lose my daughter. But the idea that every knock on my door when I'm home alone could be CYF to come and search my home is insane. No one should have to live in fear like that. So let's pass these laws and let's make sure these children are safe.
Every single day that we wait on cannabis reform here in New Jersey, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, in the United States of America, another person risks arrest. Another person risks a criminal conviction. Another person risks losing their job, their home, their family. Over what? Over what, ladies and gentlemen? A non-toxic treatment alternative, a non-toxic recreational alternative. Marijuana is safer than alcohol. Cannabis heals. We know that it benefits us. We know that we have an endocannabinoid system and that cannabis is actually good for us. That's why it works. That's why we have parents up here telling stories about a miraculous change that they see their children go through from a simple non-toxic plant that is prohibited in half of the country. In our state, just across the border, if you try to use cannabis medicinally, you will be charged with a crime. If you offer cannabis to your child medicinally, like so many of our desperate parents in Pennsylvania want to do, they could be charged with a felony, endangering the welfare of children. They could lose their children for doing what could be the only treatment alternative to save these children and give them some quality of life. It's ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. We know the truth. And it's our job, our mission, our passion to go out there and share this truth with everyone that we can, because we know that collectively we can make a change. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for welcoming us to your state. Thank you.
Make sure you check those guys out, Pittsburgh Normal. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter. They always post really good information about marijuana news, and of course they're fellow members to the East Coast Cannabis Coalition, and that's how we do. We support. We went up to Boston for the Boston Freedom Rally. We saw all our comrades in Massachusetts fighting. They have a statewide ballot initiative that they're working on. We went to New York for the New York Harvest Festival. We met with growers, people that are in need of changing the laws so that they can grow this product legally. And so they're working hard on that. People like you and I are working everywhere on this. We just need to fight harder and keep doing what we're doing, because eventually that dam's going to crack and shit will be legal here in New Jersey. All right, our next speaker is another medical marijuana patient. I met him, I guess, at the rally. He came in the spring to one of our smokeouts, and he wanted to tell his story. And he has benefit from cannabis as well. He's also interested in growing cannabis. So give a warm welcome to Joe Watson.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. It always warms my heart to see everybody support such a great cause, especially a cause that makes so much importance in my life, so much that it saved it. Plain and simple. For close to a decade now, I've dealt with an undiagnosable form of epilepsy. I've been on dozens of medications to no help. And as an adolescent, just going through high school, like most of us, I happened to experiment with marijuana. Throughout the years that I experimented with, the only thing that I found was that my seizures were decreasing. I wasn't taking pharmaceutical medications because I was dealing with the depression and mood changes that I constantly dealt with, and I'm sure that many of us dealt with. I ended up stopping because, in all honesty, we all deal with things the way that we do, and I think all of us can agree with that. One thing that I'd like to point out more than anything, I guess I'll say it like this. I can make a statement, yes, we cannabis, and it will be heard, and we can agree with it, and most of these parents have all learned that it is helping in so many different ways. Now, on three, I would like all of us to say that same sentence. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, we cannabis.
The point I would love to make in saying this is that a person on a microphone can say it and it will be heard, but when we all come together, our voices will only be heard louder. And this is something that we all need to come together more so that it is more recognized between the whole community, the whole country, the whole world. So, I'm at least for medicinal marijuana, and I'm also for recreational, but most definitely legalize medicinal marijuana. And that's the main point that I want to make.
All right, that's going to do it for our speakers, but we want to open up the mic to anyone who might want to say something. Come on down. You've been holding this sign, Cannabis is meant. Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Kenneth Percelli.
And Kenneth, do you think cannabis should be legal?
Yes, I do. I have been an addict all my life, but I don't smoke marijuana. The fight that has been going on for marijuana as far as being a medicinal use or recreational use is plausible. There is no reason why it should not be legalized. I mean, look at alcohol. Look at the tobacco industry. There are over 4,000 chemicals just in tobacco alone that ravage the body and make it so addictive that where the government can make money off of tobacco because of the taxes. It's totally ridiculous and ludicrous that something with such medicinal value is being so softly fought for. And it's, I mean, evidence is, it was prevalent today with people that are here, the children, other older people. It's just politics. And I really, I'm 52 years old, and it's just been a whole lifespan of just ridiculous government crap. It really has. It's all about money and who has this and who can do that. Legalize marijuana.
Hey, were we supposed to play something for Jenny? Did I forget to play the Jenny song? Did I really forget to do that?
Fun day when you spend it.
Here,
with the
I'm
people
sorry, Roger.
you
I got a song for you guys, real quick. Jenny.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family.
This musical break was brought to you by SativaCross.com.
I love that song. I love it.
All right, that was perfect because that's what I wanted to come and talk about was love and spreading some love. I'm with POW 420, and the weed man in New Jersey started out this and said, how many of you have ever been arrested and handcuffed? How many of you have been run afoul of the law? Let me hear you yell out. Yeah. Because we're here to represent for POW 420 on Facebook and POW420.com all the victims of what they called the drug war. It's POW 420 for prisoners of their drug war are incarcerated. We have hundreds of thousands of nonviolent drug offenders incarcerated in this country. And I want all of you to take a minute and think about them because they are you. They are us. We have smoked their weed. If you lost your connection 5 years ago and you wondered why it dried up, it's because your guy got busted. Are you sure he's not in jail? Have you sent him a card? Have you sent him any love? Have you worked on getting him out of jail? Because they're in there for us. They were our medical providers. They provided medicine when nobody else would provide medicine. When we were smart enough to know that we didn't want to be involved in the drug industry and take their poisonous medicine, and we chose anybody who was distributing it, anybody who was importing, anybody who was growing, anybody who was doing any of that was providing medicine to somebody, healing somebody. All of them are victims of a drug war that's unfair. You've heard lately that we've had good news. Of the 100,000 nonviolent drug offenders, the federal government feels that maybe they were a little bit overzealous. They feel that maybe they were a little bit wrong in having incarcerated so many people, and they invited some people to send in petitions. They got 46,000 petitions asking to be released. And this October, come Halloween, they are releasing the first 6,000 of those non-drug offenders. So we are making progress. I hate to tell you this, people, though, in this country, in the United States of America, where we incarcerate more people than anywhere else on the planet, the federal government only incarcerates 18% of our population of people. That means the rest of them are in your state somewhere, in your state system, in your state prison. And I've been going around everywhere in the Northeast and doing this Northeast Harvest Tour. I'm glad I'm here because I was up in New Hampshire. Saw wonderful people up there, and they're changing their laws. Saw people in Maine, and they got some great laws up there about growing and some real rights going on and still fighting for more. Went up to Damn Sam's and met up with the New Jersey Weed Man. So I want to thank all of them. I want to thank Harry Brown. I want to thank Tom Brown and sending prayers. And I want to thank Rob at Damn Sam's for all their work. But each and every one of those states I Googled, they're still having people arrested. No matter what, they're still having people incarcerated. They still have people in their jails, and they're still not letting them out. So what we do at POW 420 is we put a face to all these stories. We have links to people. They have to self-identify because the prison industrial system is that. It's an industrial system, making money off of people being a product, being nothing more than a number. And guess what? They want to keep it secret. They'll put your name in the paper when you get arrested. As soon as you get arrested, they're going to put your name in the paper, right? First thing they do. You get convicted, the next thing they do is tell you they're protecting your anonymity, and nobody can even write you a letter without first knowing what your number is, which is a secret. And you can only get it from that person who you can't reach because they're incarcerated. Welcome to the world. And all you young people, you better start remembering 3 numbers because the first thing they do when they lock you up is they take that phone away. If you don't know 3 numbers, you're going to be sitting there wondering where you're going to get bail from. So remember those numbers. We got people online. My friend Anthony, he's doing a life sentence in Louisiana. Talk about state laws. He was arrested with 32 grams of weed. Yes, it was up for sale Honestly, he says it wasn't his for sale. He was in somebody else's apartment. Long story, all the legal stuff. But he's the one sitting in jail for life. He's already done 15 years. You're like, life in jail for 32 grams of weed? What the heck is that about? Well, guess what? The court sentenced him to 15 years. And in walks 3 strikes. Anybody here old enough to remember 3 strikes? Yeah, 3 strikes. Guess what happens on that 3rd strike when you're caught selling, distributing, or anything, a little bit of weed? You're in jail forever. So, just to make them happier, bring some light to their thing, I would hope all of them get 1 letter. 1 letter a week. Send them some love. Let them know we're fighting out here. Let them know we haven't forgotten them. Send word into every prison. Send in word into every prisoner. Tell them we're out here. We are doing this. We are there for them. The fight is winning. Nobody's in there telling them that 6,000 prisoners are being released from federal jail. That's not the news going around from the guards. Okay? So you write them, you tell them, you send them love. Get online, like us. I think I've talked enough already. But you have a wonderful day and enjoy.
Let's give it up for POW 420 and all the work that they do. Philly Normal had a holiday card party, and we wrote to prisoners of the drug war. And they actually wrote us back. So I really encourage you to do that. They really appreciate the love. And they even more so appreciate to know that there's people on the outside fighting for them. Our next speaker is Ovid, and he's from Brooklyn. He's an artist who just came to this area. And he's going to tell you his story.
What up, Trent, New Jersey? I'll make this brief. I go by Ovid. They call me the poet. I'd like to say that I wrote a record for the legalization of not just marijuana, but of a few different things, people themselves. I would like to take advantage of the fact that we have a crowd here and maybe collectively use your voice to say 1 line for the record. Maybe I could plug it into the record, make the record sound bigger, make the record sound alive, make the record sound like it came from the people. So the line is, we might have to take it to a whole nother level. If I could get the left side to say it first, let's see how y'all sound. Right side, y'all be quiet. 1 time. 1, 2, 3. We might take it to a... I think the right side could do it better than that. Right side, can you hit me with a... We might take it to a whole nother level. Damn, right side. Y'all make it... All right, let's try that. Y'all need dinner and flowers? I thought y'all just needed weed. Nah, all right, let's try this 1 time, please, guys. We got cameras out, we got film crew out, we got recording devices functioning. We just want to get a nice, loud roar. 1, 2, 3. Peace.
All right, folks, I want to thank all the speakers that came out. Let's give it up for all our speakers. Imparting that knowledge on us.
We got about 10 minutes, y'all.
So I want to thank all of y'all for coming out, too. This is going to be the end of our rally portion. We're going to move across the street for a special time. You guys know what time it is, right? All right. So let's get ourselves together, cross the street, and then we're going to count down.
I want to play a song. This goes out to the government drone that's above our heads right now. I want you to
We never hurt anybody.
Put your own words in here.
We didn't kill nobody. Kill nobody.
Ganja.
Go to hell.
If you
don't love,
Ganja.
go to
hell. Kills, we heal.
Take your rotten rags of righteousness and step up yourself. If you don't love,
Ganja.
go to hell. Ain't no way to cover up your sin. You wolves in sheep's clothing won't get in. If you're free as a breeze or locked up in a cell, if you don't love,
Ganja.
go to hell. If you think that you can kick my ass, better move your foot mighty fast. I got Holy Ghost power and I really
Ganja.
Go to hell. There's a new sun rising every day. Better put aside your wicked ways. If you ain't living right, you'll
go. Ready? Here we go. Yeah.
If you don't love
Ganja, go to hell.
If you don't love
Ganja, go to hell.
If you don't love
Ganja, go to hell.
take your rotten
So easy.
righteousness and
It's so easy.
yourself. If you don't love
Ganja, go to hell. Yo, we better get across the street, man, if you want to smoke some weed. You know the podcast? Who cares?
If you don't love Jesus, go to hell.
Whoops.
If you don't love
Ganja, go to hell.
take your rotten rags of righteousness and stuff them up yourself. If you don't love
Ganja, go to hell. Oh my goodness. Look at all those people loving their ganja over there.
Yeah!
Look at all those people smoking ganja. I love it. I'm loving this. This is freedom. This is what freedom smells like, folks. Boys and girls, you're getting a taste of freedom. How do you like it?
Free to cure.
I think they like it. I don't see a big cloud yet, though. Do you see a cloud? I think we have a couple of minutes. We have about 6 minutes, so we're good.
I got some
Yeah.
OG and some.
Yeah, we're actually giving away a magical butter machine. If you want to win a magical butter machine, come on over here and answer a question. The question is, who's a bigger douche, Chris Christie or Harry Anslinger? And I want to know why you think Harry Anslinger or Chris Christie is the bigger douche. It's an easy question. If you know who Harry Anslinger is, I'm sure you'll think he's a douche. Because he's probably, for me, he's the bigger douche.
Wherever you're at over there, let me get next.
Because Harry Anslinger would have been Chris Christie's boss. Chris Christie follows Harry Anslinger's racist policies. Right, Roger? Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Good seeing you guys. Nice meeting you. Thank you so much for. Awesome. Awesome. This should be fun. I'll walk over there with the wireless mic.
Okay, play it. I see you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do this.
Still connected.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. All right, I got the wireless mic. I'm gonna come interview you, stone motherfucker. All right, I smell weed. I smell weed. I smell weed.
Yo. Look at all these potheads over here. This is great. I'm loving this. That's a little big for you, Wayne.
It's freaking awesome. Mr. Cannabis King. Cannabis King. Got Cannabis King. Whoa.
Freaking awesome. How was that, sir? Was that...
Get over here. Jesus. How stoned are you, sir?
Oh, hi. How are you?
Yes, sir. Glad to see it. Glad to hear it.
I'm perfectly medicated.
Where are we going?
Oh, fantastic.
You're in the house, Governor.
I'm gonna arrest all you fucking potheads.
These potheads, right?
You all. Hold on, after I smoke this.
Governor. Get him. Get him, Governor. You feel it all.
I don't know. I'm too high. I'm too high to tell you. Sorry.
What you smoking on, Governor?
Whatever this is.
Governor, you made a funny video the other night.
Will you marry me?
Nobody.
How sweet.
Liked
Hi,
it.
I'm Adam Conover. On my new show, Adam Ruins Everything, I reveal the
God,
hidden
is
truth
this
about
good.
everything we take for granted.
It means he loves me. Ah, but he ruins
because
it with
De Beers
plum
told you
paper.
that's what it means. And the reviews are in
do,
the New
you
York
do.
Times,
Girl
the
Scout
LA
cookies.
Times, the Washington Post, and on Twitter, where one lady said she'd give me a shot. Thanks, lady.
Has anyone ever told you you're a little abrasive?
Yeah, like all the time. Adam Ruins Everything. Tuesdays, 10 p.m. True TV.
Whoa, whoa.
It's everything
Whoa.
you didn't want to need to know.
tips to count A-Rap money now. A-Rap money now.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Why? Why?
Don't worry, brother.
You have numb nuts like Reed.
Use that tip to count A-Rap money now. Use that tip to count A-Rap money now.
Thank you. Spread the word. Some people hate me, so, you know, I like to hear people that like me. People don't like dick jokes. Some people don't like dick jokes. What can I say? But... oh, shit. What am I going to do? I don't shave my legs either. Every Thursday should be like this. Sick. Sick blunts, sick joints, foot longs, 3-inch thick thumbs, ridiculous sized joints. That's ridiculous. That's... I'm so embarrassed. Ow. Wayne Barini. Wayne Barini. To your left. To your left. To your left. To your left. There he is.
What's happening, Captain?
Can run on for a long time.
OG Ghost Moonshine.
For a long time.
Lavender.
Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
You're being obnoxious too.
Go tell that long-tongued
I mix
liar.
like 3 sometimes.
Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the
mixing with my joints,
backbiter.
so in case they ever
Tell
test
him
it,
that
there's always
God's gonna
something.
cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down.
Who's blowing the shofar? I hear it.
Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. My head's been wet with the midnight dew. I've been down on bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me with a voice so sweet, I thought I heard the shuffle of angels sweet. He called my name and my heart stood still when he said, John, go do my will. Go tell that long-tongued liar Go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down, tell him that God's gonna cut him down. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later gotta cut you down, sooner or later gotta cut you down. Well, you may throw your rock, hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later gotta cut you down, sooner or later gotta cut you down. Go tell that long-tongued liar, go and tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut you down, tell him that God's gonna cut you down, tell him that God's gonna cut you down.
Fun feel after it was in my butt for a minute.
Hey, two people out there that listen to Lefty. Listen, it felt great when
Really? You know you checked my oil, right? You realize that when you did it?
I didn't know.
You realize I was gay? Well, next time you'll know.
testing. Testing. Just so everyone knows, we are going to an after party at Weedman's Joint. That's right down the street. 322 East State Street. That's Weedman's Joint. We're going to have an after party all night, starting at 5 p.m., ending at 3 a.m. We're going to have DJs, music, lots of non-drugs, and other such things. So please come over afterwards.
Cannabis a gateway drug to tobacco for you? Oh, okay, that's funny. That's real funny. Makes being violated. I'm married. Today, you're weird. Yeah. You're weird. I said you're vengeful. Nuts like Reed goes back. It's pretty funny.
I'm sure he does. So, thank you for participating in the rally. This has been the Sativa Cross Podcast. SativaCross.com, CMMNJ.org, NewJerseyWeedman.com, FullyBakedRadio.com. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, William. Thank you. MagicalButter.com and Medical-Freedom.com. Yes. And don't forget the prisoners. Don't forget the prisoners. By the grace of God, you could be a prisoner too. By the grace of God, some of you are prisoners. Some of you are medical marijuana prisoners in New Jersey. Nah, we're good, brother. Can I blow that thing? Wow. I had it before and I can't do it now. Why? What's wrong with me? Wow. That was the shofar. Out of control. Out of control. You know it's a party when you're blowing the shofar. Thank you all for smoking out Trenton. Thank you, Weed Man. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Roger and Laura. Thank all of you who brought those big fat joints to smoke. Wow. You know, we're out here every Thursday. If you want to come out here on Thursday, come on back on Thursday. Is that the excuse, you work? Yeah, why don't you change your schedule? Come here on Thursday. And let's smoke some cannabis together. Because you're a patient too. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're an unregistered patient. You're all unregistered patients. You know that? Anybody check their ID? No. Nah, I'm good. So thank you all. It's an after party at the joint. There's also the secret sesh. Shh. I didn't mean to say anything about the secret sesh. Shh. If you don't know about the secret sesh, you just don't know. Sorry. I can't help you. But SativaCross.com is podcasting live from the secret sesh tonight. So you can sit home and play along at home. We'll be smoking weed at the secret sesh in Newark, and you can play along at home and watch us in the safety of your own home, which is always a good thing. Not that your home is safe from the costume creeps that will come in and violate your rights. Be loud, be proud. For the loud, be proud. For the loud be proud. That'd be a good song.
Your own
Too late.
personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers.
I know you all like Johnny Cash, but we're closing up here, and we're going to close with a moment of silence. We close this every week with a moment of silence. Y'all ready for the moment of silence? Can you all hear me? This is a moment of silence for all the patients who did not get their access to medical marijuana. They died waiting for their legal access. People like Cheryl Miller and Sabina Rose and Diane Ripatella. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.